Hi gang, Scott Davenport here and welcome to In the Field. Thanks for joining me today. Today's video is basically a documentation of an outing that doesn't work. Just the light did not come together the way that I'd hoped for. I've had this image of a photo in my head for a good 8, maybe 9 months now. There's a beautiful home up on the bluffs overlooking Pacific Ocean. It's really an exquisite piece of property. And I've wanted to photograph it with an interesting sky around sunset and then even wait for the sun to go down. And hopefully the folks that own the home are there and their lights come on and, really kind of almost do like a cityscape feel to it after the fact to bring in some of the lights, the ambient light mixed with the artificial light, all that jazz. And so there were some promising skies, got in the car and headed out. It's a partly cloudy Saturday afternoon, and I'm going to a spot that I went maybe 6 months ago, gosh, maybe longer now that I think about it. And there's a house, a beautiful house, perched up on one of the bluffs overlooking the ocean in San Diego. And I want to have this kind of sky as a backdrop for it. So that's the plan today. This is going to be the shot. It's either going to work or it's not. But, so all the eggs are in the basket today. And this sky is going to be rough. This shoot could be over before it even starts. The vision I had for this was the house up on the bluffs. Something interesting in the sky. Didn't have to be a lot of color. There needed to be some amount of light besides this gray mass that I've got right now. Well, here's my house behind me, and the sky is not as bad as I thought it was. As it gets out over the ocean, there are a couple of pockets where the light's cutting through. So I'm going to hope that happens as the day moves on. So I'm gonna get set up in this little patch of dirt and frame up some shots. All right, let's get framed up here. Really just gonna focus on the house. And as much as I'd love that sky to be over this house right now, it just ain't happening. I have tweaked the composition just a little bit. I'm really just gonna go after the structure of the house. I need light, and that is a problem. I'm looking out to the east here. There's nothing happening. I'm gonna take a few exposures just to gauge exactly which direction the clouds are moving. They seem to be moving, as I would expect, in from the ocean where the breezes are coming from, and more or less kind of directly toward the camera. If I can get enough differential in the lights and darks in the sky, that can make an interesting long exposure. But otherwise, I am at the mercy of nature today. So still grabbing a few long exposures, and they're looking okay. The problem is the light. I need light on my main subject. It's just not there, and so the photo comes off. It's a little bit flat. I mean, even for a black and white monochrome kind of feel to it, there's just not enough contrast. There's not enough going on. I am not optimistic. I got maybe 30 minutes, and even my little telltale pockets out over the ocean, those are starting to dry up as well. So the clouds are really thickening. But yeah, that is gonna do it. Give me the walk of shame. It ain't happening tonight. Yeah, that is a bummer. That ocean is still teasing me out there. All right, next time, house. And that was the sum of the outing. I took maybe 10 frames and the light just never cooperated. The skies remained closed. Those couple of gaps that were out over the ocean didn't happen above my subject or even far enough out off the shore to shine back on that house. So in the end, the light was flat. There was no color to speak of, and even as a black and white, there's just not enough contrast there. I might play around a little bit in post, more as a practice session than anything else, and if I've done anything by the time I assemble this video, I'll show it here next to me. But otherwise, yeah, this was just a bust. And so that sound that we hear when we're making plans to execute on this vision for a photo that we have, sometimes that's fate laughing at us. So that is going to do it for today's In the Field video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to guess that you can relate to a situation like this. And if you got questions about photography, drop them in the comments below. Or if you want to keep it private, send me a message through my website. Either way, I'd love to hear what's on your mind. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport, and happy shooting.